Cleetus McFarland thought he was finally doing exactly what everyone had been telling him to do. He bought a super late model. He went to one of the toughest short tracks in America. And then something happened that had NASCAR fans arguing all over again about whether Cletus really belonged in a race car. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. saw the same thing everybody else saw, and his reaction was completely different. Jr. did not defend Cletus by saying the mistake never happened. He defended him for making the mistake in the first place. And what Dale Jr. said next about Cletus, the wreck, and the people attacking him changed the entire story. Then, just 4 days later, Cletus returned to that same racetrack and did something that made Jr.'s argument look very different. You need to see what happened, so make sure you watch this one all the way to the end. For years, Cletus McFarland built his world around drag racing, drifting, burnouts, high horsepower cars, and crazy motorsports events. But eventually, Cletus wanted something different. He wanted to actually race, not just create content around racing, not just build cars. He wanted to sit behind the wheel and compete. That decision has already taken him into the RK Menard Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. He has competed in 8 ARCA Menard Series events, with his best result coming in April when he finished second at Talladega Superspeedway. He also signed a 2-year part-time deal with Richard Childress Racing in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. His NASCAR journey has not been perfect. He finished 32nd at Rockingham and 35th at Nashville after an early spin and pit road penalties. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and others had been telling him the same thing. Go race short tracks, buy a late model, learn traffic, learn tires, and get more laps. So Cletus did exactly that. He bought a Port City Race Cars super late model specifically to develop his skills. And his first major test came at Berlin Raceway in Michigan. The Tecton 250 battle at Berlin paid $40,000 to win and featured 27 cars, including some extremely experienced short track competitors. Berlin is a fast, tight, continuously turning paved oval, and mistakes can become expensive very quickly. Cletus qualified 18th. The race itself was much harder. Earlier in the event, Cletus had to deal with traffic and even spun while trying to avoid a pileup, but he managed to save the car. Then, with 14 laps remaining, everything finally went wrong. Cletus lost control in turn 3, spun down the racetrack, and collected Keith Herp. The contact badly damaged Cletus's car and tore up Herp's machine as well. Both drivers were finished. Cletus was classified 19th. Meanwhile, the battle for the win came down to Tristan McKee and Bubba Pollard. Pollard appeared to bottom out entering turn 3, and McKee took advantage to score his first Tecton 250 battle at Berlin victory. Pollard finished second, Carson Hocevar was third, Ty Majeski finished fourth, and Boris Jurkovic rounded out the top 5. For Cletus, the night was over, but his reaction afterward was actually one of the most important parts of the story. He simply said, "Well, I just suck." Then he explained what he was learning. "I was fighting for my life out there trying to just learn this thing." He admitted that he had some good runs but was overdriving the car and overheating the right rear tire. He apologized to the other team and hoped their car was not too badly damaged. And despite everything, he said he was having the time of his life. A driver making his first super late model start made a mistake, wrecked, admitted it, and wanted to learn. Instead, the internet did what the internet does. The wreck clip spread. People mocked him. Some said he did not belong. Others treated the crash as proof that a YouTube creator had no business racing against experienced short-track drivers. That is where Dale Earnhardt Jr. stepped in. During the Dale Jr. download, Jr. explained exactly why the criticism bothered him. "Cletus is trying to drive race cars," Dale Jr. said. And then he pointed out the obvious contradiction. Everybody had been telling Cletus to run short tracks and get a pro late model. So he bought one. Everybody told him to go to a short track. So he went to Berlin. And then he crashed. Junior's response? So what? He reminded everyone that Cletus qualified 18th in his first attempt. Pretty damn good, first time. Junior also emphasized how difficult Berlin was and how strong the competition was. Then he asked the question that really exposed the criticism. Who hasn't done that? Because wrecks happen. Even experienced drivers make mistakes. Dirty Mo Media shared the clip and made the point even clearer. Cletus running Berlin was exactly what people had wanted to see him doing. But then came the part that made Dale Jr.'s argument even stronger. Cletus did not park the damaged car and walk away. The crew rebuilt it. Most of the repair work was completed by Thursday, and on Saturday, August 15th, Cletus was back at Berlin Raceway. It was the inaugural event of the Cletus McFarland Late Model Series. The Big Lake 75 was a 75-lap race paying $20,000 to win. The grandstand sold out, Cletus qualified well again, and then something happened that completely changed the conversation. He ran second for roughly the first 30 laps, against Bubba Pollard, at the same track where he had just crashed. Cletus eventually faded because he used up his tires during that opening run, but that does not erase what happened in those first 30 laps. Dylan Stovall won the race and collected the $20,000 prize, with Bubba Pollard finishing second, and Dale Jr. was impressed. "He did incredibly well," Jr. said. Jr. said Cletus was texting him about how much he enjoyed the experience. And that is exactly why the short track program matters. A driver cannot learn tire management, traffic, changing car balance, and long-run racing by making only a few National Series starts every year. The teenagers Cletus is racing against have been getting those laps almost every weekend for years. Kevin Harvick made essentially the same argument before this Berlin weekend. "Cletus needs seat time," Harvick said. He pointed out that many of the young drivers Cletus competes against are racing 40 or 50 times a year. That is the gap. Cletus is trying to close it, and Berlin is now giving him exactly the kind of experience he needs. During the Michigan 100, competitors raced Crown Victoria police interceptors equipped with nitrous. A competitor pushed a loose racing tire down the track, trying to guide it through a narrow opening in a barrier. The tire stayed upright, tracked toward the target, and rolled perfectly through the gap. The crowd exploded. Cletus shared the moment with 1320 Video, calling the tire roll one of the best parts of the event. He is scheduled to make his dirt late model debut at the Gateway Dirt Nationals from December 3rd through 5th inside the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis. The race will be held on a temporary clay oval built inside the stadium. Cletus will drive the number 13 Dirt House car owned by Gateway promoter Cody Summer. Cletus said he had a lot of fun and felt dirt racing might naturally fit his driving style better. He also wants another test alongside Carson Hocevar because running beside another car is something a solo test cannot fully reproduce. Before this, his only real dirt experience came during the 2023 Bristol Crown Vic event on the dirt-covered Bristol Motor Speedway. On the NASCAR side, his next confirmed start is October 23rd at Talladega in the Craftsman Truck Series with Nice Motorsports. He has indicated that race will likely close out his season, but the long-term target has never changed. Cletus wants to race in the Daytona 500, and now he is preparing for dirt racing. So now the question is yours. Was Dale Jr. right to tell the critics to back off? Or does Cletus McFarland still have to earn that respect one race at a time? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more NASCAR stories, driver reactions, and the biggest racing developments, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News.